What really is a true unpopular opinion? For example, if I said, Taylor Swift's music is bad, would you consider that truly contrarian or just an attention-seeking claim? If I said, Elon Musk is the smartest man alive, would you take that to be really unpopular or just the dumbest thing you've ever heard? If I said, Donald Trump is a good president, would that truly be unpopular, or is your worldview being clouded by the few sensible people that you surround yourself with? Today, I'm scouring the internet in hopes of finding some true unpopular opinions, but not really. That's not my main goal. All I'm really going to be doing in this video is reading Reddit posts I vehemently disagree with, and judging them worse than Jesus was when he was nailed to a cross. I'll also sprinkle in a few posts that I agree with, and then rant about whatever is pissing me off for 10 minutes straight unedited, because I have an illness that makes me talk to myself. I only just started recording my ramblings and publishing them online 3 years ago. I've been doing this for a lot longer. Believe me. I just wanted to be honest with you all about my intentions, so without further ado, let's get into it. One more thing before we get into the video. I gotta,
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
Bruh. Oh. What's the percentage of that in this? Whoa. I'm really feeling it, man. I can see like the buds growing on the trees right now. Bro, they're like growing in like fast motion, dude. Let's get into it. Chick-fil-A's whole my pleasure culture seems weird and obedient. Is that surprising though? Because let's remember who some of the biggest places that Chick-fil-A has donated to are. Christian organizations, right? Specifically anti-LGBTQ Christian organizations, but we'll forget about that for now. That doesn't really matter. They donate to Christian organizations. Who do you know to be the most obedient? Christians. You know, when I was a kid, when I was a little boy, of course, when the priest asked me to do something, I was told to always do it. So, why are we still here? Chick-fil-A knows how to run a drive-thru for sure. But every time I go through and an honor-roll teenager employee says, my pleasure, without missing a beat, I can't help but feel weirded out. It gives off a culty vibe and like opens the door for creepy men to tell girls to smile. Father Matthews, is that you? No. No, my mommy told me don't touch me there! I've never been to Chick-fil-A. I would assume this is unpopular. It opens the door for creepy men to tell girls to smile. Brother, I know I've been told my whole life I need to smile more. I just look like this. I don't understand that side rant, but I don't understand that whole expectation that you need to, what am I supposed, it would be 1000% more creepy. If I was say I was shopping in Walmart, I look like miserable because I'm literally in Walmart, who would be happy, but say I'm in Walmart, the whole time in Walmart, I'm just like this. Hello. Now the milk is locked up. I would give this a stamp of unpopular, for sure. This person says dancing is weird and kind of dumb, to be honest. It's impossible to go anywhere online and not cringe at the dumb dances people are obsessed with. You look ridiculous moving your body all about like that, and most of the time people dance at parties, they're showing off their ass more than their actual dancing. Remember how everyone laughed at Reagan at the Olympics? I don't know the reference. That's how I feel about 99% of people dancing in just about any way. I cannot understand why you would want to move so ridiculously just because some bad music is playing. You look weird. The music typically used for dancing is bad and trashy unless it's cultural or something, and I don't want to be around that mess. Chill out. I'm gonna give that a stamp of unpopular. Get on some antidepressants. You are the biggest party pooper I've ever met in my life. Imagine being mad that people are like enjoying themselves. Dancing has been around for millennia. It is a culture to dance. Dancing is a thing that people do. It's part of human culture. You move to the music. When you hear stuff, you just wanna move. Imagine being this guy. I know every party, he's just sitting in the corner, he's like, imagine going about life just hating one of the most normal human things to do, dance.
Okay, I pull up, hop out at the after party.
For this guy, I'm sorry, I'm genuinely stuttering. What am I trying to say? I have saved a techno, copyright and royalty-free techno song from YouTube, okay? And I'm going to play some of this, and I'm going to show you some of my top dance moves. Now, be forewarned, I did do this exact bit in a TikTok about 2 years ago now. I am reusing a bit, but that video never went viral, okay? So I'm gonna reuse it for all of you right here, and I wrote down my top 5 dance moves that I use, I pull out at the club. I think if this guy started doing some of these, he would actually enjoy dancing, because it's not just, these movements, they're not just movements that are ridiculous and it just looks like you're flapping. It doesn't just look like you're doing the white girl dance, right? You are performing an action that people do, but you're doing it to the beat of the music, okay? So just bear with me. We're gonna pull up the song. That's a little fucking loud. Whoa. Okay. Number 1 is start the car, okay? We're gonna do this. Right, that's really loud, actually. I've never been to a club before. I don't like loud music. The starter's not working! It's the middle of winter! It's 0 degrees out! It feels like I'm in Siberia! The car isn't starting! Okay? Alright, number 2, wash the dishes! You've got that plate. That plate is in between your palms, and you are scrubbing the dog spit off of it because you let your dog lick off the plate! And then, number 3, please don't kidnap me. You're at the club. Some guy, he's freaking you out a little bit. Looks like he's got pills in his back pocket. He's gonna buy you a drink. Don't drink it, ladies. Don't go to the bathroom and then leave that drink with that guy, okay? Don't kidnap me. Please. Okay. And then, number 4, pop the poop, baby. You gotta poop really bad. You're at the club and you can't go. That bathroom's populated with people fucking and sucking, okay? Just on the dance floor, just, and right now I feel like I gotta shit, I'm not gonna lie. Just pop it out, baby. Pop the poop. And then, the pace de la resistance. Number 5, triple backflip. Ready for this? Woo. It's the most I've moved my body in 4 months. Whoa. Okay. Drivers should have to take full driver's license renewal exam every 5 to 10 years. Let's read what this guy has to say. Traffic-related deaths in the United States are trending upwards due to a number of reasons. Distracted driving with phones and large dash touchscreens, larger vehicles by size and weight, and an outsized population arriving at ages of cognitive decline. Listen, I'm gonna take that piece by piece because there's one thing you guys gotta know about me if you don't know this by now. I hate cars. I do like driving, but I hate the car society we live in, okay? I hate cars that are technologic, okay, like the Daft Punk song. Hate it. I'm even gonna, I will go on a 10-minute tangent. I can't do it right now. I can't. Like my car, it's got windshield wipers. It's got a fucking radio. It's got lights that turn on and off. It's got brakes that work. It's got an engine that runs. And baby, that's all it fucking needs. Cars should be strictly for driving, okay? The other thing you should know about me, I hate big cars. Hate big cars. My car, it's a coupe. It's very small. It's a little wide actually because it's a sports car, so it has to be a little wider so it doesn't tip over when I go 50 around sharp corners. It takes up like not even less than 3/4 of a parking space, okay? I feel safe in it, and it doesn't take up a lot of space. And then I see these trucks. The front half of them is the size of my car. And then the back end, where you're supposed to be able to store stuff, it's half the size of my car. And then I see these SUVs, I'm talking Cadillac Escalades, fucking Chevy Tahoes, that are 3 times the size of my car, and you got one person in there all the time. Why? They're 2 times the height of me. Why? Why? I'm like getting mad right now. Let's be honest, okay? You should not need a 4-door car unless you are consistently having people in your car that take up more than just the two seats. I'm just gonna be honest. Realistically, it just doesn't make sense. And I understand people have different taste and styles and stuff. Why is your taste a car that gets 10 miles to the gallon? That's literally too big that it can't fit in a normal parking space. And then half the people who are driving these big cars, they can't drive them. They literally physically cannot drive. They just get a CDL for the size of the trucks that some people are driving nowadays. The size of the SUVs people are driving nowadays. Traffic deaths in the United States outpaced gun deaths greater than a 2-to-1 ratio in 2023. Wow. Even Texas requires that a permit to carry a gun is renewed every 5 years. Why do we take for granted that you can safely operate a motor vehicle in perpetuity? Even as they become much larger, more distracting, and traffic has increased exponentially with population, individual cars have become much safer with size and crash and engineering. But deaths are trending upwards, and the United States is an outlier compared to what other developed nations in traffic fatalities. Sure, this will come with costs, likely ones that are economically regressive, but an economic argument falls short when you compare it against 40,000+ people of all ages dying every year who will never live out their potential. I hate the DMV as much as everyone, but would happily spend an hour taking a brief exam, driving around the block, and parallel parking between cones if our roads were marginally safer. And that's where I'm going to disagree with this person. Driving exams are perhaps the most useless thing on planet Earth. If you're going to implement this policy, you need driving exams where they actually exam you for driving. Because let me tell you something. I think every state you have to take a written test, or not. Well, but like you have to do a multiple choice test to get your permit. We all did that, right? I think studying for that, that's good. That's good. You should know what road signs mean. When it comes to the actual driving course, though, I think that's where every DMV falls short. At least where I did my test, right? So I drove on the road, I think for 5 minutes. I had to take like 4 turns. Wow. Drove on a back road half the time. I literally drove the physical car for 5 minutes. And then I had to parallel park. The thing is, I'm sorry, but why maybe this is unpopular. Why the fuck do we need to know how to parallel park? I get it has certain use cases, right? If you want to know that, you want to know how to do that, go girlfriend, right? You practice that parallel parking. That, in my expert opinion, is not the main thing you're going to have to do when you drive. And that's not where the skills should be focused. They should be like testing you on like major highways. It should be like, you should be driving that car, bare minimum, a half hour with the driving instructor. I've never parallel parked in my life after the driving exam. Never. I've never even thought I wanted to do it. But you know what I can do? Drive a car and not do half of the stupid shit that I see fucking people do when they're driving. Why do I need to know how to parallel park? I'm sorry. I know people say it all the time. It's like a dog whistle for whatever the fuck. Just like people are like, why do I have to learn math in school? I get the reasoning behind it, but it is by far not the main thing you need to know how to do. Someone replies, knowledge of the laws isn't a guarantee that they will be followed more closely, especially in cases of accidents. The causes rarely have anything to do with not knowing the law. I think what this person's trying to say is that if you got tested every 5 years, they'd be able to monitor how stupidly you drive. But then again, people put on a show when they take their driver's exam, so I don't know. When I took my driver's exam, because I was worried they would like grade me based on how I held the wheel, I held it like this. What's this called? This is 3 o'clock. This is 9 o'clock. I held it 3 and 9 o'clock. Bitch, I don't hold my wheel like that. What am I, a loser? Oh, I'm driving! Ah! You 40 years old with 5 kids in a fucking van? Like, who the drives like this? Gotta turn the car! What? Bitch, I drive my hands underneath. Half the time I got one hand under there. Why would I? So, I was worried they were gonna get mad at me though. So, I'd never driven like that in my life. I always hold my hands on the bottom. Sorry. You know, and the thing is, I'm safer too, because if that airbag deploys, at least my arm won't break in half, so The next one, we're gonna piss off some more stupid Americans. Because here's the thing, it's really only Americans that think everything should be big, and then bigger is better. Big homes, the stupid big cars that tip over if you go more than 50 miles per hour over a corner, and now the big motorhomes. Okay, let's. This person says driving a motorhome should require a CDL and CDL exam yearly. Now, if you don't know what a CDL is, it's a commercial driver's license. You have to get them if you're driving, for example, a school bus, a large school bus, okay? A regular sized school bus, the magic school bus, perhaps. I know that bitch didn't get a CDL. The shit that she got those kids into, girl. She was driving that bus illegally for 100%. If you're driving a 14-wheeler, a tractor trailer, if you will, anything like that, you have to drive a CDL. Can I add on to this also U-haulers? Why do we let people do that? That is the dumbest business venture I've ever heard of. Let's have random people move all of their heavy furniture on their own into this giant car, this giant truck, sorry, and then have them drive it cross country when they've never driven something that big before. Let's do it. So this person says motorhomes are getting to unreal size and up to 50 feet long, weighing above 26,000 gross weight. The size with backing up skills should require a CDL and yearly exam. It boggles my mind these don't require CDLs given the similarities to a dump truck or tractor trailer. Having a CDL requires a yearly health exam, which includes eye exam. This should be done yearly, the same with a CDL. Now, I don't know about the truth of what they just said. I know my mom has a CDL and she still gets it. She used to drive a school bus. She's on something. I don't know what she's on. She's confidently said to me, she's like, I could drive. Yeah, I think I could easily drive a tractor trailer. Because she's told me, she's like, driving the school bus, it really isn't that hard. I'm like, I can't drive anything bigger than my car. I'm sorry. Maybe that's a skill issue for me. But hey, at least I know my limits and I won't get a giant fucking truck and then start driving it and then parking it and hitting people with it because it's too big and I can't drive it and I'm just getting it because I have an ego issue. But hey, you know, at least I'm being honest with myself. I don't know how that could possibly be ever in any world be easy. Even just an RV that's like half the size of like the biggest RV you can think of. It's too big for a normal person to be driving it without a special license. I don't think this should be unpopular. Maybe it is unpopular to those who are really stupid, but I don't know. Being unwilling to use technology is the equivalent of being illiterate. And I don't think this is unpopular because it only has 710 comments and 13,000 upvotes. This is by far the popular opinion, I'm not gonna lie. I can't go into too much detail, but people will come to my job or call asking for information that they could easily access themselves, but they don't want to sign up for the option to access it themselves. You work at the CIA or something, can't go into much detail. Obviously, I help them, but sometimes I'm doing 10 plus other things at a time, and it might take them 15 minutes or more to get waited on. They could have just had the information in 2 seconds if they had signed onto their account. They act like it's a different system. I am literally looking up your information on the same system that you would look your own information up on, but they have this pride about not using technology. It's just annoying. Before you all come for me, I know it's part of my job, and I'm very accommodating and kind. I promise I am. I understand this. Okay, if you're my age, you likely have at least one parent that's 50, at least close to 50, over 50, etc. If you're older than me, you definitely have a parent who's over 50, right? My mom, she will come to me asking me because she knows it's like the whole joke about like when you go to your grandparents' house, you like switch to HDMI cable. She will come to me because she knows. Well, first of all, just because I'm young doesn't mean I automatically know the back-to-back manual on the fucking iPhone. I don't know every possible thing you could do on an iPhone. Sometimes she has problems I can't fix. And then she gets mad at me like it's my fault that I don't know how to fix a problem on the iPhone. And then I tell her to Google it and then she flips it out. She's like, I have to open up Google. Girl, you have everything you could possibly access on your phone to figure out the problem on your phone. Do it. She'll come with me with the easiest problems to solve. I'm talking like if she had just read what they were telling her on the screen, she wouldn't have had the question in the first place. I think it's like some form of weaponized incompetence. The minute she gets to a point where like, she's like, I don't want to figure this out. She asked me. At least once a day, I think to myself, why do you have an iPhone if you don't know how to use it? You know what's crazy too? Apple, they started rolling out the beta testing for their Apple Intelligence. Guess who got the Apple Intelligence beta testing on their iPhone? My mom. My 57-year-old mom. Why? Because the minute it changed, she's like, what the fuck? I can't find Siri. I don't know how to do. I'm like, it's like a technical I'm like working overtime to help my mom with this because Apple gave this 50-some-year-old woman who grew up in the 80s Apple Intelligence. I'm like, give it to someone who knows how to use it.
From the yacht to the such to the wrist to the mule, yeah, I'm edging in Ohio, Phantom Tax.
I totally agree with this person. I'm sick. I'm tired of being a young person trying to help old people figure out how to do basic stuff. I am. I'm sorry. I'm sick of it. Really loud motorcycles shouldn't be legal. Okay. I'm not gonna read this whole what about me paragraph, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a I only chose this one because, okay, I have a question. If any of you ride motorcycles that are like loud as fuck, first of all, I hate you, but how are you not deaf? I'm gonna say something and it's gonna be really controversial. Can I just say, if you guys have ever watched, there's a South Park episode where all the kids are calling the Harley Davidson riders in the town gay. And they're calling them like the F slur. I'm not saying you should just call people the F slur and call things that are stupid gay, because I know that's not PC, okay? But it's really gay to drive a Harley Davidson motorcycle. I'm sorry, it is. I swear to God, the minute the temperature goes above 60, these are out in troves on their motorcycles. It will be the most peaceful day. It's finally 6 degrees. I pop open the windows, get some fresh air in the house for the first time in 6 months. And then I hear from like 3 miles down the road. Keep in mind, I live in the middle of nowhere. It's dead silent. I'm listening to birds. I'm listening to the wind. This comes down 3 miles down the road. I can hear the music and the lyrics, every lyric on his radio on his motorcycle. He drives by the house. It's the loudest thing on planet Earth. It's like someone took a college house party, put it on a fucking motorcycle, and then started driving around with it. It is so incredibly loud. I don't even think the motor at this point is a problem. Well, I guess it is. The motor's so loud, they can't hear the music. So they have to put the loudest speaker you've ever heard on their motorcycle so they can listen to music even though they can't hear it because the wind is in their ears the whole time. Just like, don't listen to music. Just like, enjoy the view. Enjoy being in nature. It's 60 degrees. It's nice out. And it's always the stupidest music on planet Earth too. It's always like this country bumpkin ass shit I never even heard of in my life. But then they have the radio on too. It's not just like a playlist. It is the radio. So then they'll be driving down the road and it's like, welcome back to 65.0. Today, we are playing classic hits. 96.0. I don't remember the thing I just said. And we're turning on John Lennon. Everybody hear it for John Lennon. And it's like, and I'm like, ah! I'm saying unpopular because I don't think the vast majority of people agree that motorcycles should be prohibited by law. This person says, eating pizza upside down is much better.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
Yeah, man. I gotta try that one of these days. I could see it. See, I just needed to get high to believe that this person was being fucking for real right now. What sort of maniac does this? To me, it makes sense because the cheese and sauce is the part that tastes good and where all the flavor comes from. See, the thing is you chew. What I did the other night, worse than what this person did. I have a long-standing belief that peanut butter goes on anything. And I really mean that. I've eaten peanut butter in pasta, like savory peanut butter in pasta. You can make sauces with it. I've eaten it with rice. I've eaten pizza with eggs before. I've eaten pizza on bread, obviously. I've eaten peanut butter. I've eaten peanut butter with a lot of things. Different various fruits. I eat a lot of pizza. Or peanut butter. I think peanut butter genuinely can go with anything. So the other night, my mom brings home a pizza. I'm looking at the pizza. I'm like, fuck. And then I see that peanut butter in the cabinet. And I'm like, fuck. I want to see you two go at it. I take that peanut butter out, and I slather it all over that pizza. And I eat it. And it was actually pretty fucking good. I'm not gonna lie. I would do it again. Retirement would not get boring. This might be a super unpopular opinion, but I've encountered enough people to think the opposite to make this post. I just like started speaking in a totally different accent. I have heard multiple times people say something along the lines of, I would hate being retired. It would become boring and feel empty without having work to do. And I don't understand this statement, and I think that if you are the type of person to say this, you have a tremendous lack of imagination and incredibly bland personality, because I think of so many more activities I would rather be doing than working, that keep my body and mind active. Exercise, read, learn to play an instrument, DIY progress. Okay, you just listed 300,000 things. I get your point, okay. And I refuse to believe that doing all that, even for a prolonged time, would eventually become boring and unfulfilling. You don't need external gratification from an employer or from your work to feel productive and satisfied with life. And I am gonna put a hard agree on this. People have been bred to think that like work is like life, and that's the most important thing. Instead of work to live, it's live to work. Now, I think in certain circumstances that is like living to work is not like a bad thing, right? You do a job that's super fulfilling. You do a job where like you are your boss or whatever. You're like I don't know, you're a director and you do all this fun shit. Wish that was me, right? At a certain point, work is still work, and sometimes I don't want to fucking work. And a lot of times I have to do work. I have a job to supply you guys with stuff. Sometimes I'm doing stuff and I'm just like, I feel overwhelmed. And then I want to do hobbies and I'm like, okay, well now I have like X hours to do this today. So like, what do I want to read? But I also want to practice guitar. And I've gotten a little better with this the new year because I lowered my expectations for myself. That sounds terrible, but I just mean like, I know I can't practice guitar every day. So like 3 times a week is great, right? Be realistic with yourself. I'm not sure I would get bored being retired. I really don't. Because especially if you have a good retirement fund, there's a good chance that like you could spend your money on fun stuff, like fun experiences and stuff. And if you have like fulfilling friendships and stuff, I would just hang out with I feel like if you have fulfilling relationships with people too, I think this is genuinely a problem with people just thinking like their work is their everything, and then they lose it, and then they're like, what do I do now? You need to decenter work. People say decenter men. Baby, decenter work. If I didn't have to work, I think I'd do a lot more physical activity throughout the day. I would seek out activities like exercises and stuff that are more experiences, like going on different places to hike. Okay, I have way too many saved. I don't even know. Okay, this one, we're gonna power through them. We'll do a speed run.
From the yacht to the such to the wrist to the mule, yeah, I'm edging in Ohio, fantasizing at
Winter is only good for the first 2 weeks. Agree. First 2 weeks is like, ooh, November. Oh my God, Thanksgiving, December. Oh my God, Christmas. Well, I guess that's like more of like a month, but like, it's like, yeah, it's cold. I'm cozy. I'm cuddly. You know, the light is slowly fading, literally, and inside of me, but it's still Christmas, right? And then we get to January, and then we get to February, and then we get to March, and then we get to me putting a fucking bullet in. I say unpopular only because there are some sick psychophantics, whatever the fuck, who actually like winter. You've never lived through a northeastern winter. You are insane! Gym is more enjoyable without headphones.
In my opinion, life is much more enjoyable with staying present in the situation. This includes things like hiking and running, but also the gym. I just finished 2 weeks of workouts with no earbuds, and it was more enjoyable for me, even as a solo gym goer.
Loser. Listen, it's different to go outside and be in nature and like listen to the nature. That's like totally different. Totally different. Also being aware of your surroundings, that's a good thing. You're in a Planet Fitness. Some guy is in the corner. He's like hip thrusting with his on a fully erect penis. Okay. Some other guy's in the corner. He's using like the cable poles. He's like doing like Jesus Christ on a cross movements. And then some other dude's walking on he's on a Peloton, and he's like using his hands as his feet. Okay? You want to listen to those people in the background, and then the Planet Fitness techno music?
I was in the 3rd grade. I thought that I was gay. Gay.
Instead of your own music, there's something wrong with you.
Gay. That I was gay. Gay. That I was gay.
I have a dream.
I don't care about what I sound like, because I know how to breathe properly. I know how to breathe properly in the gym, okay? I cannot imagine hearing other people, and then also it's overstimulating, and then you got people slamming the weights like crazy people, and then some guys in the corner like grunting, and I'm like, just give me my noise canceling headphones and let me live. This person is clearly not autistic, because if I went in the gym and I did this, I'm gonna be on the nightly news. Okay. Someone says carpet is better than hard flooring. There's something wrong with you. I think that we are heading backwards as a species. While most people probably disagree with my opinion, let me explain. Carpet is soft, cleaning, a homey feeling. No. See, the number one thing is fake hardwood floors, vinyl floors. That's the best thing. Because fuck a fucking hardwood floor. You know, you pay $10,000 to fill fucking 2 square feet of your house, and then you got someone, or you, I mean, I would probably do this. The dog pisses, dog pees, right? You spill something, floor's ruined for life. And then you got to make sure like nothing ever touches it. That's like not like, you got to make sure like it's in a controlled environment or something. It's just gonna, like if the humidity's off, it's gonna warp. And then it's like, well, there goes $30,000 down the drain. Vinyl is the number one, okay? Fake hardwood flooring, number one. It lasts literally forever. It's not like discolored or anything. You don't stain it all the time. You don't have to clean it with special Murphy's oil soap bullshit. Just fucking squirt some shit on it and then it's clean. However, saying that carpet is better than hard flooring is insane. You can't fucking move shit. It's overstimulating. It looks better when you have hardwood with an area rug. Carpet looks cheap. It's not as accessible as a hard floor would be. I don't want to say unpopular because I think there are some sick fucks who actually like carpeted. Like, have you ever seen a house that's fully carpeted? Tell me, honestly, if you were looking to buy a house, none of you are, you can't afford it, but if you were looking to buy a house and the whole house was in carpet, tell me you wouldn't like vomit. That's disgusting. I'm just like jerking this thing off down here.
I was in the 3rd grade. I thought that I was gay.
I have a dream. Baby, don't hurt me.
Okay. Anyway, that's it for me, and that's it for this video. Let me know if you have any unpopular opinions you'd like to share. Comment them down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like me, you can subscribe. I post videos about whatever I feel like talking about, so if that sounds like your thing, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you know when I post a video. Before the video ends, I want to give a special shout out to my Patreon members who are part of my Alpha and Delta tiers. Thank you so much to Cap the Time Lord, Olivia Schutt, Romana Zhuravko, and Zelkova Salts. I really appreciate all of your continued support. Seriously, it means a lot to me that you guys choose to support me every month. And thank you to all my Patreon members. If you want to become a member, the link is always down below. Anyway, really hope you all enjoyed this video, but more importantly than that, I really hope I see you in the next video. You better be there. You're going to be there, right?